Welcome, everybody, to the Wholesaling Inc. podcast. My name is Brent Daniels, and I am absolutely thrilled that you have decided to listen to this podcast. If you're new to it, welcome. If you have listened to it before, thank you, thank you, thank you. We have so much gratitude for everybody that listens to it. We are the number one podcast when it comes to wholesaling real estate. Wholesaling real estate is basically just finding the absolute best discounted properties out there in your community and being able to turn that into an extreme amount of income. This wholesaling real estate is a cash machine. It is hitting the lottery. It is a fantastic way to start your real estate investing business. And it is just, we just see so many people from across this wonderful country of ours doing amazing things, helping out so many distressed homeowners. And we just feel just a huge sense of pride that we have a little bit of part of that through this podcast. Now, it is my pleasure on this podcast. I get to oftentimes interview people from around the country that are doing just unbelievable business, people that have taken absolute action in this industry and have not let anything stop them, people that have started with absolutely nothing and grown huge $1 million businesses or multiple $100,000 businesses. I mean, it has just been an absolute joy to watch everything going on. And with me today is another one of those shining examples of somebody that was an ex-Marine, came into this real estate world and has just been, he would not take no for an answer. He has been doing everything to be as proactive as possible in his business. I want to welcome from Sacramento, California, Jeff Birch. Jeff, say hello to everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's an honor, Brent.
Awesome. So first of all, thank you for your service. I know that you guys are the absolute best. So I want to thank you for that.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
let's walk down the path of your wholesaling journey. Tell me about it. Like, when did you start and why did you get into wholesaling?
So I joined the Marine Corps in 2003. Got out in 2008. Got into the IT field. Worked in the state capitol for 10 months, and stayed in the IT field for a while. I was there for 8 years on a contract. Really nice. It was a blessing, really. And then it came to be layoff time. So they told me you're going to be laid off January 8th of this year. And so I said, okay, well, I better start doing something. And I always had that entrepreneur spirit. So I was looking into different things. I started an Amazon business, which kind of tanked, and had all sorts of different ideas. And I got into researching wholesaling. And man, it's really intrigued me since. And I joined a mentorship program back in November. So it's been about 13 months since then.
Awesome. So the mentorship program, what did it just give you kind of like a foundation of how to do the business? What paperwork do you use? What a title company is, like that type of thing?
Yeah, because I didn't have any experience in real estate at all,
Yeah.
Right? Just like a lot of us. So it basically just formed the foundations of wholesaling for me. I got the contract, learned what to do with title and escrow, and then was given just a little bit of information just to be dangerous, and that was about it. And got my first deal, land and closed that in, I think, that same month, if not the following month. I don't remember, but yeah, it was a $4,000 deal. It was small, but it was, that was it. And once I got that first deal was it. I was hooked. I was like, this is real.
Awesome.
And I went for it.
The first deal is so important. It takes you from the land of belief to the land of fact, right? You now know that you can get this done. You now know that you can make money at this and provide an income, whether it be something that you're doing on the side or whether this is going to be your full-time passion, your full-time business as an entrepreneur. So that's huge. I don't care if you make $100 or $100,000. It is a huge step in the right direction. So to anybody listening, get your first deal as quick as you can so that you know that this is real factual. And that's huge. So what happened then?
So that was through a Facebook ad is how I got that deal. And I said, well, okay, well, if the Facebook ad it turns out, so I'm going to just really dump into it. So I just I spent the next month focusing on Facebook ads, spent $800 and 0 more deals. Like really discouraged me because I saved up 6 months of living, 30,000, and I was ready for this. I was ready to move on, and I was getting nothing. Out of desperation, I searched Craigslist. I found two more deals there, and I got 17.5 for those two.
Awesome.
So it got my hopes back up, and then right back down again. That roller coaster, and from there, I was so close to being tapped out on money. And we heard about Wholesaling Inc. and the TTP program. And I said, you know what? I told my wife, we're either doing this all the way or nothing. I'm either going all in or nothing. I'm going back to a 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
And so we cashed in our silver, and because that was our reserve. That was it. So I mean, we cashed it in, and joined the TTP program, and haven't looked back since.
Awesome. That is incredible. Guys, we're talking about cashing in his savings to fund his dream of being a true entrepreneur, a true real estate business person, somebody that is building a business every day, working for himself, being able to not have to get into a 9 to 5, and your back was against the wall, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's amazing.
I didn't know where to turn.
It's amazing what happens when your back's against the wall. It's funny because
Right.
I talk to people all over the country, whether it's through YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or on a call, or students or whatever it is, and it's like they always have something else that they can fall back on. The people that are really pushed against the wall, or have that mental start that they can start every day at zero, no money in their account, no deals in the pipeline, no leads to call on. Anybody that can start like that, all of a sudden they don't have a problem making calls. There's no call reluctance. There's no time for it. They know that if they use their voice, their talent, their skills to get on the phone and to talk to distressed property owners every day, they win. Just like you, right?
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. All those fears, all those doubts, all the things that would supposedly get in the way were so minuscule compared to my why. Like Tom Kroll was saying, your why has to be so strong that imagine having your entire family being kidnapped and held ransom, and the only way you can get them back is to get a deal.
That's it.
And that was my motivation. That was so extreme for me. I couldn't put it any other way, but I had to provide for my family, and there's no looking back.
So you get into the program, you get a list. What's the first lists that you skip traced? When I say skip trace, guys, it basically means you use a service to get the phone numbers. You can check out batchskiptracing.com. If you use TTP as a coupon code, you get it at 18 cents. This isn't an ad. This is just an endorsement because it is awesome. So you went in. What was the first list that you got skip traced?
So I was doing driving for dollars. I was doing everything that you mentioned. I watched all your videos, did everything to the T as best as I could, and engrossed myself with it. Went out driving for dollars. I got the code violation list, and I had that skip trace, and I got my first deal with TTP on the code violation list.
So a code violation list, guys, if you're wondering, is if there's something going on. Typically, it's a neighborhood services department in your county or your city, I should say, mostly city or town or whatever it is. They will go around, people will drive around and look at if you have your lawn too long or if there's a car that's rusting. It's basically just so that the areas don't get too junky and too, really broken down, and the houses don't, if they need to be condemned, they get condemned, whatever. But a code violation list is awesome. I'm telling you, we've gotten 3 deals this month on code violation lists. Go check it out. So how did you find your code violation list?
So I pulled the list from online. I didn't know where it was until I did some research and called around. And it turns out the Sacramento is online. And so I just highlighted the fields, the name, address, and all that stuff, because it's not in an Excel format. So it's pretty ugly. I had to, make it all pretty. And then I sent it to the skip trace company, and they sent back the number, and I just called them up. And this guy, he answered right away, and I asked him, would you consider an offer on your property? And he said, yeah, absolutely. And I said, how much would you take? And he spit out a number right away, $250,000, and it kind of caught me off guard. And I said, okay, when can I take a look? And he said, "You can take a look right now. It's on a lockbox." So I went that next day because it was late in the day. And first thing in the morning, I headed out there, looked at the place. It was a burnt down house, fire damage house, I should say. The roof was half gone. A lot of work into that thing. And I was looking at the numbers, and I called him up and I said, "Okay, I appreciate you letting me look at it, but are you negotiable at all on the price?" And he said, "Oh, I'll take 200,000." So
Just like that.
50, just like that. And I said, "Okay, I'm not sure that's going to work. I was thinking more like 150. Can you do that?" And he's like, "Well, let me make a phone call." And I don't know who he called, his insurance company or what. And he called me back 5 minutes later, Brent, and he said, "I'll take 175."
175. So he went down 75,000 after 3 phone conversations.
That's right. Yeah. I locked it up 2 weeks later for 223, netting a profit of 48,000 on that deal.
What? Wait a second. Now, hold on. Before I ring this bell, because you know you're getting this bell rung. So let's take a second here. So you got him. How long did it take you from the time that you called him, cold called him, to the time that you had closed that deal? What's the timeline here?
About 10 hours.
10 hours of work.
Yep.
But how long from like day wise? Like the day one is here. How many days before that money was in your account?
3 weeks.
21 days.
Yep.
21 days to make how much?
48,000.
I love it, man. 48,000 in 21 days. That's life changing.
Yeah. It is extremely life changes, especially for me because my bank account was like nada.
Right.
And we were 2 months behind on our mortgage payment, and we're like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I'm in the same position that I'm looking for people to go buy houses from. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it's like how humbling that really is. So
Sure.
yeah, that definitely was life changing. So we cashed into that, and yeah, we're now, we got 4 deals in contract. We're building up our pipeline, and like I said, we're not looking back. I got places to go.
Yeah, unbelievable. So one phone call, that call, him picking up $48,000 in 21 days, life changing, behind 2 months in payments. I mean, how did you not let all of that just tear you down and just like go get a job?
It did. It did get me to the point where I second question myself so many times, but I know what my Father in heaven has told me to do. That's what really kept motivating me, and not give up, because I know what He says about me. I know who I am. If you know who you are and what you're supposed to do, there's no stopping you. So that really did though have an effect on me, but I just kept pushing. I knew that this was, I'm either going to go all the way or I'm not.
Yep.
So, and I'm not going to, have any regrets, basically. So I
Love it.
wanted to see what I was made of.
And now you have 4 pending deals. Do you have any one of those deals that are like, wow, this could be a good big one?
Yes. I just came back from showing today, and the lady, there's a really good turnout. One of the ladies is begging for more properties, and she said, "Please let me have this house." And I said, okay, let's see what you can offer. And she came back at 10,000 over my asking, which would be a net of 45,000 on this one.
Oh my gosh. 45,000 on that deal.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That is absolutely incredible. I'm telling you. You are just an inspiration. You came into this industry not knowing anything. You got some guidance enough to make you, so like you said, a little dangerous, a little bit, know enough to have the confidence to go forward and get contracts signed. I get it. But then you took extreme action. Okay. 48,000 on that deal. You've got potentially 45 plus 3 other deals. Now, what is your, I'm thinking to myself, people are listening to this and they're wondering, what does your week look like? Like, what is your schedule like Monday through Friday? Break it down for us.
Sure. So Monday I dedicate to, so I time block everything, right? I have every single day, every single hour has a purpose and a place. So, and I want to be wise not only with my time, with my money, but with my time. And so Mondays I go driving for dollars. So I'll go, first thing is go to the courthouse, get the probates, and then the rest of the day I'll go driving for dollars. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I dedicate for calling. I time block from 10 to 6 to call, and I get about 6 hours calling in each day. So that's 18 hours of calling right there in those 3 days.
6 hours in one day you make calls.
I do. Yep.
It's amazing. People won't even make one call. How many calls do you make in 6 hours in one day?
I go through it real slow and easy. I do the single dialer, 7 calls,
Yep.
call hammer off.
Yep.
I leave specific voice messages. I go through all my maybes, all my follow-ups first. The most important ones, the highest priority to the least priority.
Yep.
And yeah, it really consumes a lot of time, but it's quality. I get a lot of attention. I get people, I get to talk to people.
Yep.
And so that's what does it.
Yep.
And then towards the end of the week, I'll turn on the triple dialer and blaze through them. But yeah, so I'll get 20 hours of calling in a week. So by Friday, I'll do another 2 hours. So, and my wife and I, she's like, well, can you do anything more? I'm like, what can I do more? It's like, let's go driving for dollars on Sunday so you can get another 6 hours of calling on Monday. I'm like, all right.
That's teamwork. I love it. That is unbelievable. That is great. When you drive for dollars, do you use an app or are you just writing them down?
Oh, yeah, use an app. The Deal Machine app is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I just signed up using the TTP discount code with that. I saw your video, so that was great.
Yeah. So anybody out there that is driving for dollars, Deal Machine app. If you put in the coupon TTP, you get it at $40 instead of $49, and you get a little bit of discount if you want to send them mail. But what Jeff does is he gets a database in there and then skip traces that database. It's very easy to use. I highly suggest it. Awesome. And then, so when do you do your lead follow-up?
I do it first thing Tuesday morning.
Okay.
So that's my highest priority. They give me either a maybe or a yes, and I'll follow up on those Tuesday morning. If they don't answer, I'll call them that evening. So most of the time, I'll get a hold of them. If they're not, if they're busy during the day, wait till after 5 p.m. when they're home or something, and then usually I'll get an answer then.
Yeah.
So that's why I usually call to about 6 or 7 at night. So.
Awesome. And then, are you pre-qualifying these leads before you go out there?
Definitely. I let them talk to me. I want to hear why they're selling, what's the condition of their home, their time frame on selling. Yeah, the 4 qualifiers, I definitely like to pre-qualify before doing anything.
So the pre-qualifiers being their timeline to sell, the condition of the property, their motivation to sell, and the price. So those are the 4 things that we focus on when we are pre-qualifying, and it is so important because, like Jeff was saying, he time blocks that precious time for his hunting, right? His calling, his outbound, his offense. Right? And then when he's following up, he doesn't want to be on appointments with people that are going to waste his time. He doesn't want to be running around town with people that'll never do business with him. That's a trap that a lot of people go into because they get so excited. I'm going to get in front of this seller and I'm going to be so charming and I'm going to tell them all the bad things about their house that they'll sell at a discount. I'll get the biggest and best deals. Even if they want so much and it's in good shape, I'm going to get it. No, you aren't. Pre-qualify every lead every single time. You agree?
Right. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm tired of looky-loos.
Yep. Yeah.
They go in the trash can.
I hear you. I love it. So if somebody's just starting out, they want to be proactive. They want to really, oh, by the way, this is what I think is beautiful because we talked about this before this. What's your marketing budget a month?
It's about $400 a month.
$400 a month.
It's a couple $100. It's very minimal. Yeah, it's like $50 a list, you know what I mean? And so I pay for gas and then just the Mojo dialer, the Deal Machine app. It's ridiculous. And I'm like, this is pennies.
TTP.
And then I go lock up a property for $100.
Yeah.
I mean, this last one, my investment was $100 to get 48 grand. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
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 No, I'm not kidding at all. This is real deal here.
Yeah, this is real. So with that, give some advice to somebody that wants to be proactive, wants to get going, wants to start. They've got that passion, that pilot light inside them that wants to get going with this and take some action. What should they do?
So definitely stop wasting time. If you haven't already, join TTP. You're spinning your wheels. I'm telling you right now, if
Yeah.
you want to be serious and do something, get a coach. Follow the leaders, the ones who've already blazed the trail, who have the experience. That's what I have to say, and then be consistent. I can win at any game if I'm consistent, especially wholesaling.
Yep.
Because just like, was it the slight edge? If anybody's read that, that's what's going to get you that slight edge, is that consistency.
Yep.
Every day. You keep compounding. That's your compound interest on what you're doing. So, yeah, definitely follow up with consistency.
And what book would you read to like really keep your mindset right, really keep you in the right place, and keep your your confidence up?
So I'm always going to resort to the Bible or the scriptures. By far the number one book I would ever recommend, because it's more than a book, right? It's it's the truth here. So, and there's more wisdom in this book than any other book on the planet. And what I found is that the self-help type books get the principles for success from the scriptures. Mm-hmm. Even if they don't recognize it or attribute it to the Bible.
Yep.
And so, from there, that's got to be the foundation. And my favorite scripture is Joshua 1:8, which says, do not let this book of the law depart from your mouth, but you shall meditate on it day and night, so that you guard to do according to all that is written in it. For then you shall make your way prosperous and act wisely. Don't we all want to be prosperous and wise?
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us. You have been just an inspiration. You're a superstar. You're doing all the right things. You're taking all the right actions. You're being proactive. You're keeping your costs low. You're keeping your deals high by building up your cash buyer database. By the way, how did you build up your cash buyer database?
So that is one of the most I don't know how to say it, contributing thing I've ever did so far in this business is build up my cash buyers database. And what I did, since I'm a licensed realtor, I have access to the MLS. And what I did is I searched on MLS all the recent cash transactions in the last year, exported the names, the numbers, and email address of those realtors, and uploaded them to my MailChimp campaign email account. Mm-hmm. And so whenever I get a deal, I blast it out. I pulled 2,000 qualified cash buyers. And I'm telling you, most realtors know more than one cash buyer.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, you can do the number on that. So, yeah, as soon as I did that, then I got people fighting over my deals. I got them bidding up. I got that bidding war, what I was hoping to do. So
awesome. Incredible. Gold nugget at the end of the podcast. That is awesome. Well, thank you very much, Jeff. If people want to reach out to you in Sacramento, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Jeff at wildbranchrealestate.com.
Wild Branch Real Estate.
Oh, Wild Branch, just like the tree.
All right.
And or you can give me a call or text me. I'm just like you. So 530-635-3749.
Awesome. Awesome, Jeff. Thank you so much. For everybody out there, and I'm sorry, you know what? I want to talk specifically to some of our military or ex-military. Listen, I'm telling you, I have a couple dozen students that are absolute superstars in this business because of what they have learned in the military, and now they're either active service or they have gotten out, and they take to this program like you wouldn't believe. So I would love anybody, obviously if you haven't been in the service, you as well, but www.wholesalinginc.com/TTP. Set up a call, learn what it's about. If it fits you, if you feel like you can do it, if you feel like you want to be proactive, if you feel like you want to attack, be on offense in this wholesaling business, definitely Go to wholesalinginc.com/TTP, set up a call. You will love it. Also, if you want to get some batch skip tracing, if you want to get some phone numbers, some value in this podcast, batchskiptracing.com. Put in TTP as a coupon code. You get it at 18 cents an address. And Deal Machine. Go use Deal Machine. Well, use whatever you want, but I suggest you use Deal Machine for your driving for dollars. It's what Jeff uses, it's what I use, it's what a lot of my TTP students use. So go out and get it. Again, I am so grateful that you have listened to this podcast. I hope we've brought you a ton of value. I know I've gotten a ton of value. A guy that sold his silver, and then months later, he has $48,000 deal from taking action. That's just beautiful. That should just make you feel with so much like positive vibes and the synapses in your brain going crazy right now listening to this that you just take action right away. So anyway, until next time, guys, I encourage you to talk to people, and I love you. See ya.